Hi guys! So in today's video we're going to be talking about dupes for the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette. This came out not too long ago. It retails for $42 and it's a very gorgeous palette. This is what it looks like. Even though it's very nice, I realized that the colors in this palette is nothing special or unique to my collection personally, and that might be the case for you guys as well. So what I did is I went through my whole collection and I started finding dupes for each and every color in this palette, and I want to share those with you guys today. I am by no means saying that this is a bad palette. It's a really nice palette. I'm wearing it on my eyes today. The colors are very buttery, it blends nicely, and it looks true to color for the most part, except this Just Ripe color. It comes out a lot darker than it does in the pan. However, it's just not unique to my collection, so what I did is I went ahead and went into my collection and I started swatching colors from popular palettes here on YouTube that more than likely most of you guys have already. That way, if you were on the fence of getting this palette or not, this can help you make up your mind to see if you really do or do not need the palette. So honestly, in this palette alone, I noticed that Peach Meringue and Peach Butter are basically dupes for each other, as well as Peach Cobbler and Fresh Picked. So out of a palette that has 12 colors and 4 colors look alike, you basically only come with 8 unique shades. Throughout the video, I will be also putting in pictures of the dupes that I'm going to be talking about in this video so you can see how similar they are to the ones in the palette. So most of the single eyeshadows I found for dupes for the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette is from Coastal Scents. Usually they retail for $1.99, however they have sales probably like 4 to 5 times a year where you could get them for 99 cents each. They are really nice quality in my personal opinion, so I wanted to find dupes from this collection because I knew that they would be affordable. So this is what I have so far. And this is what the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette looks like next to it. So for the first colors, I basically put the Just Peachy Peach Meringue and Peach Butter together because they are very similar, and I just found dupes for those. So in the pictures that I'm going to be inserting into the video, you would see that the ones that I'm talking about, they're going to go in they're going to go in order from top to bottom. So the first color I have swatched is the Just Peachy Peach Meringue color, and then I have from that same palette the Peach Butter shade, and then I'm going to have the Coastal Scents single eyeshadow in Chamois Nude, I think that's how you pronounce it. And then right under that I'm going to have the Tarteist Pro palette in Classic, and then under that I'm going to have the Juvia's Place the Magic palette shade Kessie. And then from the 35O palette, I'm going to have Row 1, Shade 1. And from the ABH palette, I'm going to have Tempera. From the Sweet Peach palette by Too Faced, their original peach palette, I have Peaches and Cream. I think those two colors are very easy to find in other palettes because they are universal shades that most palettes do have, that you know, that cream color. The next shade I'm going to be showing you dupes for is the Just Peachy Peach Tea shade, which is this one right here. This one is another color that is very common in most palettes. So the first shade I have swatched is the Just Peachy Peach Tea shade, and then the one under that is the Coastal Scents Oatmeal Tan shade. Under that is the Modern Renaissance Burnt Orange. Then I have the Tarteist Pro color in the shade Innocent. And then I have the 35O Row 3 shade 1. And then I have the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe in the shade Butter. The next shade I'm going to be showing you guys is the Just Peachy Peach Cobbler. It's the third shade on the top row. The first color that I have swatched is the Peach Cobbler color. And then right under that is the Coastal Scents Paprika color. And then under that is the Tarteist Pro Whimsy color and the Sweet Peach Summer Yum. And then the Modern Renaissance Real Gar. The next shade I'm going to be showing you guys is Peach Tart. It's the fourth and last one on the first row. It's a really nice chocolatey deep brown. However, it's also nothing unique. So the first shade that I have swatched is the Peach Tart, and then right under that is the Coastal Scents Single Eyeshadow in Deep Roast. Under that is the Tarteist Pro Edgy color. Under that is from the Sweet Peach palette, and it's called Charmed, I'm sure. And right under that is the 35O in row 5, shade 4. Skipping past Peach Butter, I'm gonna just show you just Peachy because I've already showed you dupes for Peach Butter when I was showing you the first color. So Just Peachy is a little bit more unique to this palette. It was a lot harder to find a dupe for it because it is a very peachy color that not many palettes have in it. The color that I have swatched first is the Just Peachy shade, and then right under that is the Coastal Scents Single Eyeshadow in Bittersweet Orange, and then under that is the Sweet Peach Candied Peach color. I know the Candied Peach color does have a little bit of glitter, but it does not show that much on the lid, at least in my personal opinion, and they look very similar as far as undertones look. The third shade in the second row is Peach Punch. This is another one that I think is unique to the Just Peachy Mattes palette. So the only dupe that I found that was similar to it, if you use the light hand, was Neon Red by Coastal Scents. And so that one's the one that's swatched right under the Peach Punch color. The fourth and last shade that's in the second row is called Just Ripe. This one was a little bit harder for me to find a dupe for because it comes off a lot darker than it looks in the pan. So because of that, the Coastal Scents single eyeshadow that I found that was a dupe for it is called Fine Wine. And if you could tell, side by side, these look pretty similar in the pan. However, Fine Wine does come off truer to color than the Just Ripe one does, so I wanted to add that in there so it doesn't deceive anyone. So swatched on top, Just Ripe. Then under that is the Coastal Scents Fine Wine color. And then the two other dupes that I found were coming from the Tarteist Pro Matte palette, and it's No Filter and Drama. Moving on to the last row, the first color is Peaches and Cream. This one was a bit hard for me to find, so the closest thing that I had from Coastal Scents, it was not as peachy as the one in the Just Peachy Mattes color. So the one that I decided to put as a dupe, and not an exact dupe, but pretty similar, was the Coastal Scents Single Eyeshadow in Pale Nude. The first color swatched is Peaches and Cream from the Just Peachy palette. Then the Coastal Scents Single Eyeshadow in Pale Nude. Then right under that is the perfect dupe for it. If you have this palette, you have an exact dupe for that color. And it's the Kat Von D Pastel Goth color in Clementine. And then right under that, I decided to add the Subculture palette in the shade Roxy. Of course, Roxy, when swatched, it does come out a lot more pigmented because the Subculture palette is notorious for being a very pigmented palette. However, if you go with the light hand, you do get similar payoff. The second shade is Fresh Picked. As I already stated, Fresh Picked and Peach Cobbler are pretty similar, so those colors can be dupes within themselves. In the picture, I have Fresh Picked swatched first, then the Coastal Scents Single Eyeshadow in Bronze Peach, and then the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, I have Summer Yum shown again. The third shade was Peach Sangria. And I don't know if it's just me, but this one looks more like a satin finish, or it kind of looks like it has glitter in it. It doesn't look like a matte in my opinion. So in the picture I'm going to have the Peach Sangria shade, and then the Coastal Scents Single Eyeshadow in American Rose, which I think was a pretty similar dupe. And then I'm going to have the Tarteist Pro shade in Mod. Then the Jaclyn Hill palette again, I have the shade Jack swatched. And the last and final shade is Chocolate Dipped here. This one's another color that's not that unique to this collection, and I'm sure most palettes that you guys probably already have in your collection will have a shade that looks just like this, so I found several. The first one swatched is a Just Peachy Chocolate Dipped color. The one under that is the Coastal Scents Single Eyeshadow in Timeless Taupe. The one under that is the Tarteist Pro color in Smoked. Right under that is Modern Renaissance Cypress Umber, 35O, row 5, shade 5, and the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette in Central Park. Alright guys, that concludes all of the dupes that I found. I'm sure there's so many more in other palettes that I don't have that you guys might have, but these I just wanted to do some of the palettes that are popular right now on the market that you more than likely have if you're like me and love buying palettes. I just wanted to state again that I am not saying that this palette is bad by any means. I think it's a really nice palette, it's just not that unique. And it's not worth $42, honestly. Unless you guys love matte eyeshadows and don't have such a big collection, then I think this one's a really nice palette to add to your collection. The person that inspired this YouTube video is Kaylee here on YouTube. She is my favorite YouTuber. She made a video not too long ago called Why You Don't Need the Just Peachy Mattes palette. And it really opened my eyes and I was like, hey, I want to make dupes for this palette as well. Because I'm sure that more people out there are on the fence of whether or not they should get this palette. I hope this helped you guys out. Please let me know below if it did, and let me know if you're gonna get this palette, or you already have it and you love it, or you're just not gonna get it and this video helped you make that decision. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, it'll make me very happy, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you. Bye.